Hello, beautiful people. Here I am on the move, hanging with you, and sharing some thoughts that I'm having. Um, as I introduce this new segment to you, this is the third time around. As promised, I'm just going to be out and about in town and stop and think. Actually, but this one, though, I said this is what I'm going to talk to them when I do On the Move this week. This is what I'm going to talk to them about. So I didn't really like stop and be like, hey, let me talk to them. No, this was kind of calculated. So here I is trying to talk to yous about what's happening in this full moon on Virgo on Monday. Yes, we need to get prepared for this thing. Now, I only suggest this. Wait, hold on. Can we have a little squirrel moment real quick? I want to give y'all a story. You see these apartment complexes across the street from me? Here in Los Angeles, in a really interesting area called Playa Vista, there was a space that was considered sacred land. This whole little bit of land right before me, it's a lot of apartment buildings and complexes and condos and all kinds of really interesting, fancy, nice abodes. However, this little stretch of land, since I've been here for the last 20 years, and trust me, I'll get back to full moon in Virgo in about 30 seconds. This little piece of land was considered sacred land. And in my opinion, all of North America was sacred land at one point or a time or another. That's not an opinion. That's a motherfucking fact. But the point of the matter is that they tried to hold on, the tribes of this particular area, for a while until they lost. And when they lost, this area was erected as the new Silicon Beach. Not the Silicon Valley, the Silicon Beach. Y'all get what I'm saying? So, they have a lot of youngsters, a lot of millennials down here working for Google and all kinds of .com companies and living their life and blah, 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 blah. I love the area. However, I could never, ever really live here because I'm way too intuitive and in touch with way too many ancestors. And I felt that if I ever lived here, somebody would show up at the foot of my bed talking about, Sonia, please have them give us back our land. You know, like chief motherfucker. Like, you know, I say motherfucker with respect. If anybody knows me, motherfucker is a very endearing term and statement and name for me. So, chief motherfucker at the foot of my bed talking about, please have them give us back our land. But I like this area. I'm so conflicted. The dichotomies of my life. All right, back to the situation at hand. Mercury is still in retrograde. That's why our sister's brain is going all over the place. But let's talk about, is anybody here live? I'm not sure. I don't see anybody. This is weird. Let's talk about the full moon in Virgo that's happening on Monday. The real reason why I came in to talk about this thing on the heels of Mercury retrograde is that a lot of us have made a bunch of mistakes in the past couple of weeks. Fuck your mistakes. Fuck your mistakes, but bless the lessons. Ooh, I should change the title to say that. Bless the lessons, because here's the deal. When the full moon swells in Virgo, we are given a time to release the mistakes. We are given the time and the energy, the swelling of emotions to say, you know what? I'm not perfect. You know what? I didn't know what I was doing. You know what? I'm so sorry I said those things to you. You know what? I fucked up on that paperwork and I was not approved for that particular job or apartment or loan or whatever the case may be. Fuck your mistakes. The bottom line is that mistakes are lessons and blessings, but I tell you, they are reworkings. Is that a right comment? I don't know. They are reworkings of ways in which spirit, our ancestors, our guides, folks that are rooting for us on the other side, are leading us to exactly what it is that we need. We need. Not what your ego says it wants. Not what your tears have proved to be stained on in regards to what you've been crying about and the things that have been going on in your life. You know, we are not here. They are not here. Let me rephrase that. They are not here to appease you, appease your ego, and appease your thoughts of, okay, this is what I deserve as a human being, so give me what I ask for. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I fall into that brat scenario. I got a lot of Leo in my chart, as you may or may not know, because I'm very effervescent. I look bummy as hell today, but I am extremely effervescent. And Leo energy, on top of a lot of other energies in our zodiac constellation, can fall under the guise of being a brat and honestly just wanting what you want. Spirit, our ancestors and our guides, they don't give a fuck about that. They don't care what you want. They don't care what it is that you decided that you needed in this moment in time because you've been working X amount of years, praying X amount of prayers, fucking X amount of number of dudes and women, and I need to get to the top. You release that sperm, not spirit. Oh my God, I'm on one. The bottom line is this, like, honestly, on this full moon in Virgo, being that it does represent discrimination and perfection, we are at a swelling. We're about to come to the swell of a brat moment, of a very self-critical moment, to say, oh my God, I didn't get, and I didn't say, and I didn't do. I want to redo. I want another retrograde for my retrograde. First of all, squirrel out this motherfucker. Nobody wants another retrograde in which we just had. Nobody in the world will say, yes, give me another 3 weeks of Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Nobody's talking about that. Not at all. So here's the deal. Chalk it up. Chalk it up and know that you've done the best that you can do. You've been in the places where you needed to be. You've prayed the prayers that needed to be heard. And know that Spirit knows your heart. We must tap into that. Why? Because a lot of times we deal with things, let's just say, not only does the Virgo energy represent discrimination and perfection, but we deal with that analytical perspective. So we're continuously analyzing what it is that's right. It's almost like this goddamn spreadsheet. If I did this, I check off this, I apply this, add this, subtract that. Yo, that's so rational and logical and oftentimes very, very feasible. Is that the right word? I don't know. Very, very feasible when it comes to work and business and fucking spreadsheets. Life is not a spreadsheet, y'all. Life is not a spreadsheet. So it's not about what you've done and how you've done and how you can calculate that thing. Don't analyze for God. Don't analyze for spirit. You know, do what you can do and know that what's coming for you is coming for you. It's already here. We are human beings trying to live in this world. Like, our spirit is so big and so vast. It's able to spread out and wide and love and hug and make love to people without even touching them. How can we break that down in a goddamn spreadsheet? Why should you be so hard on yourself for not taking advantage of what you thought you should take advantage of? How can you sit back and calculate all the right things compared to all the wrong things? We are way too immature in this vastness of creation to believe that we actually know all things, to be all things for us. I wish I could see some responses here. For some reason, I can't see y'all live. But I know y'all with me, right? Y'all are with me, right? Please come back and comment, if you will. I'd really appreciate that once this is up, because I feel it so strongly in my heart. Like, release all the analytical calculations of what it is you need to do in order to be your perfect self. Nobody cares. Fuck your mistakes. Be easy on you. That's the only way we're all going to get through this. Nobody wants another retro for the retro. You know, you've done all you can do. You prayed the prayers. You filled out the applications. You've done what you can. I want you to do yourself a favor today. In your heart of hearts, pray your best prayer tonight, especially on the new moon, Virgo, on Monday. That would be a really, really auspicious time, because the swelling of emotions will be so high. Not only will your ancestors and guides be on deck, but everything in our universe will be open enough to hear and receive and expel all your prayers out into the universe and make whatever is known. That's the opportune time. All right? So do yourself a favor. Jan Spiller, one of my most favorite astrologers ever. She passed away last year. God bless her soul. She actually has somebody that's running her Instagram accounts and all kinds of accounts, social media accounts. So I suggest that you go ahead and check them out, because they're really doing a good job. I love Jan Spiller. But I know that her presence was known on the planet, especially through me. She has an awesome book called New Moon Astrology. And when you go into that book, she talks about the new moon, right? But you can also apply some of the things that she says in regards to manifesting new energy with the new moon and expelling old energy with the full moon. Be an intuitive learner, okay? You don't necessarily have to read every goddamn book to know everything that's going on. You are a powerful, powerful being in which you can take bits and pieces of here and there and accumulate things that resonate with you to, how about put together your own laws, your own doctrines. So when this full moon comes together, I say to you, either check out Jan Spiller's book, right, as a little reference, but honestly, say to yourself, what do I want to let go? Because the full moon is at capacity when it comes to emotions, when it comes to karmic information, when it comes to energy with women. And by the way, squirrel skirt, don't you know that we rule the goddamn universe? Men better get on board with that shit or else you will be left behind. I'm just saying, that's a whole nother time for a whole nother video, a whole nother on the move moment. So when this full moon that represents emotions and women's and karmic information swells at its capacity in that energy of Virgo that says let go of all the discriminating thoughts that you have about yourself and other people, of opportunities, the imperfections, let them all go. You dig? The analytical thoughts, let it all go. The breakdowns in which you thought you should have, let it all go. The service that you thought you should have given to people and to yourself. I mean, yeah, to other people and to yourself, to your aunt, you know, Anna Mae, who you promised for the last 3 weeks that you was going to come over and give her that blanket that she been wanting, that weighted blanket that cost $5,000. Squirrel, why do them things cost so much money? The weighted blankets. I mean, I don't own one. I hear they're really, really nice, but they are kind of expensive. In any case, you promised your Aunt Annie M that you was going to give her that weighted blanket. Forgive yourself. Mercury goes retrograde. Mercury goes direct on Monday at the same time that this full moon is swelling. Ain't that auspicious in itself? So in that moment in time, you can not only release release the things that you need to release about whatever you've done, but also fall into the vibration of the fact that now, okay, here we go. We're on and popping. Things are about to get done because my mind is about to get straight. Mercury deals with communication, the mind, planning, and all that stuff. All in the same note on Monday. It's ready. Like, it's time to move forward as long as you don't carry the bags that you've been carrying the last 3 weeks, or at least from that last full moon energy that we had. No more bags, please. Forgive yourself and forgive all those that are around you. Let's start from a clear slate. Because you know, the spring is coming. Spring equinox, April 19th, when the sun goes into Aries. You know, that's the real new year. So we're about to prepare for that thing there. You ready? I hope you comment a little bit because I can't see them, like I said, but please do that. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. My name is Sonia Marie. Did you know that? And I'm so happy to be here. Take care of yourself, all right? All right.